Unless you're new here, you know I die a lot in my Minecraft worlds, but today I hope to change that and challenge myself to survive in a long-term hardcore world. We spawned in a village which is perfect for what I plan to build. If you are new here, hello and welcome. My name is Bee and I'm quite new to making Minecraft videos. I'm so excited for this series and I have so many build ideas and I'm really excited to bring you guys along with me, so I hope you enjoy the video. I started scoping out the village and any nearby biomes to get an idea of what I'm going to be working with for the next, well, however long I can survive. Eventually, I came upon this pale oak forest, which was very foggy and ominous, so I decided to save that for whenever I was better well equipped. When I made it back to the village, I started looking through each house to see what loot I could find. This also gave me a good idea of the landscape and what I'm going to be working with for future builds. I must note, spawning in a village is perfect, well, in general, but especially for hardcore, since you have quick access to a bed, food, and an iron golem to somewhat protect you. Once I returned to the surface, I made myself some furnaces to smelt all the ores I got. I mean, just look at all this copper I got. That is all the copper a girl could ever want. On day 6, I decided to bridge over to get some of that cherry wood I saw on day 1. I'm going to be using this a lot during building, so I want to start a little tree farm in the village. I eventually came upon another village and decided to check out what the village had to borrow what the village had to borrow. Then it was time to collect the pale oak I would need for my build. Because these woods are so shaded, mobs kept spawning, and I felt really bad about accidentally griefing the land, so we're gonna have to come back and fill in these creeper holes one day. I unfortunately lost the footage, but I witnessed 3 creakings in these woods, so it's safe to say I was more than ready to leave. And I was about to skip off when I realized a tree this big would most likely require 4 saplings to grow. So I had no choice but to stay in the creepy woods until I got my saplings. Eventually, I did return to the village to start scoping out my financial opportunities. And since 2 villagers had the potato trade, I decided to make a potato field. I pillared up so I could pick out a proper spot for my potato field. I decided this little patch of grass over here with the pig pen would be the perfect blank space for my crops. So I started tilling the land and planting all my seeds. And then I encountered these pink llamas, which I assume is some sort of glitch. I left these little freaks of nature to get back to tearing down this villager house. I then decided to see what this wandering trader actually had to sell, and these mangrove planks would be perfect for a future build idea I have. So I decided to spend my little money on buying out his entire mangrove inventory. I then got back to work demolishing this house. Once I had my building supplies moved over, it was time to get started on building the actual windmill. In the past, when I renovated villages, I would just kind of replace the blocks but keep the house the same shape. But this time, it's really important to me that I actually fully renovate this village into something much more whimsical and cozy. Since I hadn't lit up the inside yet, the interior of my windmill was becoming sort of a mob farm, so it was time to do some exterminating. Now it was finally time to replace all this oak wood with the actual blades of the windmill, and I must admit, when I first started building this, I actually really hated how it looked. But I decided to just give it a chance, and if I finish it, it was I must admit, when I actually took a step back, the design started to grow on me, but this one little blade on the side was bothering me, so I needed to add a few extra trapdoors there. But look, this little trapdoor is already starting to age. This is gonna be so cute when it starts getting all rusty and aged. Trust it, it's gonna be really cute. It's actually not funny how many times I place this singular trap door. But eventually it was in place and I could take a step back and admire my work. So, safe to say that gave me quite a fright, and I decided I was all done building for today because I did not want to die in episode 1. So, if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing. It really helps out my channel. And if you want to see next episode, turn on your notifications. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!